Yes, kick it off with this so that people know what to look for. We're not going to timestamp it though because we're lazy. Future Doug. Okay. This is a message to anyone out there that wants to sue this podcast or us or any one of us individually. Come at us guns blazing. We're done with your Boulder Dash antics. I have defeated Warner Bros. In a lawsuit on Facebook over the use of a song that I played during Adam Sandler's funeral. I won the rights to use that song. I will beat Colgate in court. And if someone wants to come at us for playing this song, I'll go 3-0.
Bring it on.
Try it. Just try it. I dare you.
Now, wait a second, Brett. You said Colgate. Now, are we in hot water with Colgate now?
Colgate wants to send threatening emails and aggressive tactics my way. I'll tell you what, this podcast isn't going to put up with it.
But they haven't yet. It was just Crest. It was just the other company so far.
No, we've pulled a switcheroo. Originally, we were very angry at Crest. We were very encouraged about Colgate. Turns out we might have jumped the gun a little bit on the Colgate front. In assuming that there was this implied consent with the Colgate brand. I'm not going to get into the details of it here on this podcast. This is an illegal podcast. We're taking a very different swing today. But one thing I will say, Colgate, your scare tactics aren't going to work on the four of us. Thank you.
Yeah, that's right. Screw you, Colgate.
Episode 4 of the ViLLe Speaks podcast. We're getting very bold here. We haven't been kicked off the airwaves yet. So we're channeling our inner Craig McTavish, and we're making bold moves. And some of those bold moves are copyright infringement. Some of that is what would be classified as hate speech. And some of that is discussing eerie classified information like we will be tonight regarding UFOs. And of course, as always, we've got some folks here to talk about it. Of course, you got me, Brett. We've got the madman, his hair like a madman scientist, Darcy.
My hair has left me. Oh no.
Hey guys, how's it going? Fucking gonna be a good alien night.
Good alien night. That's a great pickup line if you want to try and pick up a girl at the bar. We'll have a great alien night. We've got Dr. Adam Montgomery Hawks here in the building.
Hello, people.
Hawks, you've got
Greetings.
Quite the shirt.
Yes. You like it? I'm not a Trekkie by any sense of the word. I actually don't even really like the show too much, but picked this up I think in Jasper a few years ago. I made Ainsley get the blue one because I was like, I'm the captain, and then
I heard Trekkies drink Faggo.
Yeah, probably. What's the blue one again? The blue one's a driver. It's like, I don't know.
I've never seen an episode of Trek in my life.
I watched like 3 of them. They suck.
Anyways, all I know is I'm the captain, and here we go.
But you do actually look like you're on the ship, the old Enterprise.
I absolutely am. Yeah, so we got these to like navigate my fucking 76 fucking Winnebago motorhome. That's what I was the captain of. And let me tell you, that thing went fucking warp 4 at least down a hill. Uphill, not so much.
Warp
hard to get up there.
Warp 0.25 maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have a Winnebago episode later. And of course we've got Douglas Dig Doug Gorgachuk. How's it going?
Hello. Good day. Good night. How's it going, people? Baked as usual.
Dun, 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 dun.
Smoking that space grass.
It's actually it's a robot dick.
Oh yeah, the robot dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Very
Robot dicks.
futuristic.
Yeah, kind of like good topic tonight, you know, UFOs, aliens, all this stuff, robot dicks.
Suck that robot dick.
It's what the people want to hear when they tune into this podcast. It's about how vapes resemble robot appendages and how Doug likes to sample their flavors. Riveting content.
More like rib content.
Oh God.
Fucking metal ribs.
For your pleasure, okay?
I thought we already talked about the metal ribs last episode. I don't want to get into it again. Let's go.
Okay, well, you know what? Like we
Fucking
said,
Magneto.
oh God, poor Magneto. Not poor him. Well, poor guy that lost his leather jacket. Anyways, go back to episode 3 if you missed that story. It's alien episode. It's UFO. It's late night tonight. We're all in the mood for creepy UFO stuff. My sources have actually been indicating to me all night that during the course of this podcast, things might actually be going down in terms of extraterrestrial activity. So we're going to be on alert, folks. I'm channeled in, back channel communicating with sources who are on the ground and will give us updates on that extraterrestrial situation. But before we get to that and to our official topic, you know, we got to check in with the folks who watch this program and send us their interesting thoughts, feedback, hate speech, anger, the rest. Dr. Adam Montgomery Hawks, you got some mail?
That's right. Let's dip the old hand into the mail bag right now. So the first one here is it says, "Hi, cousin Larry. I am mailbag from Balky in New York." Fuck, Darce. I thought you were supposed to stream these fucking things. Jesus Christ. Next one here is it says, "Shut up, Dolan, you fucking idiot." That's from Adam Kaniski in Edmonton. Kind of harsh. Someone doesn't like that Dolan viewer. Moving right along here. This one says, "Dear Darcy, why don't you review your review segment right up your ass? I'll give you something to review, honey." And that's from Trevor in Blaine County. Again, Darce.
I got a stalker.
That is a stalker. He seems to want to give you something to review.
I wonder what it could be.
This one here is from Elon in Texas, and it says, "Nope, electric cars are fucking great." Imagine that. Imagine that.
How are they working in Texas right now?
Yeah, Elon, how's the fucking weather down there? Doing anything to save that shit? What do we got here? Oh yeah, we got one here. It says, "Brett shakes more than me at 88 miles per hour. Also, future Doug says you guys are real assholes." It's from Michael J. in Hollywood again.
You know, Michael J., I'm getting really tired of what you have to say about me all the time.
Oh man,
Jackass.
that is gonna piss him off.
Well, look, you know, we're engaging in conversation. I'm a very animated individual, you know, and we're sitting. I hate to sit. I like to stand. So, Michael J., you want to come at me? You can be number 4 on the lawsuit, but this one will be lobbed the other way at you.
Also, Michael J. doesn't really seem like you know what the fuck you're talking about, because Doug, future Doug, any kind of Doug I know would never call me an asshole. So you don't know me, you don't know my friends. This one here. Holy fuck, what do we got here? I'm not gonna read all this fucking shit, but this looks like a big lengthy email from the cola companies. Attention, Mr. Mulllins. It looks like a cease and desist letter. Apparently this email is signed by both Coke and Pepsi. And they're threatening to sue Mulllins if he keeps drinking their products. My God. I will forward that to Mulllins. We'll let him know later about that, but I won't get into that on the air.
Do you need Mulllins' email address?
No, I've got it. I've got it saved. He sends me direct emails all the time.
Oh, okay.
In my direct inbox. We'll just get on to the next one here. Hey, why don't you pussies try some stunts? Maybe I'll stop falling asleep. And that's from Super Dave in Maine. You know what, Super Dave? Glad you mentioned it, because as soon as the fucking weather warms up, we just might try a stunt or two on air. Until then, nighty night, asshole.
I thought, well, never mind. Carry on.
What?
Whoa.
I thought he was dead.
No, he's not. He's
Super Dave? Haven't you seen He never dies, man. He gets fucking ran over by semi trucks and shot through cannons. He never dies.
He's had more head trauma than Homer, buddy.
Oh my God.
He survives.
Yeah, Super Dave's not dead, nor will ever die. Next one here says, that night I did go home with the waitress and a whole bunch of ball bearings from Magneto in Edmonton.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not surprising. Not surprising at all. Last one that I have to my direct inbox tonight here. It says, whatever you do, don't let Mulllins switch to a monster drink. And that's from Raj in Nevada.
Ooh.
Yeah, we would never dream of letting Mulllins switch to a monster drink. He's done the Coca-Cola, he's done the Pepsi, and he's also done the Barg's cream soda, was it?
Yes.
Okay, he's kind of going down the chain. We're not going to let him go back up, right? We're not going to let him leapfrog Coca-Cola to Monster. That's just not going to happen.
No, he's going to RC Cola next when he comes on later today.
At least, and then he can work out his way up to Monster. By the time Monster strikes, his heart might explode.
What would happen if he started drinking Faggo? Would he start promoting that and saying that quite a bit?
You can bet he kind of likes saying that word to begin with, so I don't think it would take much.
Well, from now on we will call it Mago, and if for some reason Mulllins wants to say the other,
we're not going to. No. This is a clean show, folks. This is PG. We try to keep it PG. And we can't let Mulllins be saying hate words, even if it's a pop brand. The pop brand, like Aunt Jemima, needs to change with the times.
Oh, speaking of Aunt Jemima, thought I'd let you know. I was in Costco today. I got dragged there. And there was a big ass pallet of Aunt Jemima still sitting there.
It's still here. I think it's got to all go first. They got to sell it all. Like whatever's out there, they're not just taking it off the shelves. They're just going to sell it all.
I think
that'll be the new shit coming in, because I still get it.
If they truly cared about the cause and weren't just doing this for clout, they would burn what's left of the stock.
That's what I say. If they truly wanted to change shit, they would just immediately, okay, this is garbage, right? But whatever.
Yeah. It's all about money. Anyways, that was all you had for mailbag?
That's all I had to my direct inbox. That's not to say other people didn't get theirs.
I got a couple here.
Well, you carry on. Do you give us your mailbag?
In my direct mailbox, I got a couple. Why do you say the F word so much? I'm trying to play Roblox in the other room and all I hear is bad words and laughing. Would you mind toning it down so I can scream at the TV in peace? That's from my son, Theodore. Well, I wish I could help you, but you should be in bed.
Yeah, lighten up, Theo.
Yeah. I gotta listen to you. If you listen to the last episode, you'll be able to hear him screaming playing Roblox. If you listen. Okay, I got one here. Another one here. It says, going electric would be the way to go, even though I still haven't made a cent from my innovative work or inventions. I'm actually turning over in my grave as we speak. P.S. Thomas Edison loves wiener soup. That's from Nikola Tesla. Jesus, he's been dead for quite a bit.
The actual Tesla.
And he's got some sort of problem with Thomas Edison for some reason.
Which, you know what, Tesla chiming in for this episode is very nice. He had a very eerie kind of feeling about him.
Speaking of Nikola Tesla, aliens and all that, he supposedly was communicating with aliens back in the day.
Well, his technology was better than this technology we have now.
Exactly.
Where the fuck did it come from? It wasn't. Yeah, it came
to his head.
Yeah.
I got one last one here in my inbox here.
Right.
After watching your segment, People I Would Like to Punch, I had an epiphany and decided to get my balls chopped off. Maybe this way I'll get the respect I deserve. I also don't think you're the kind of guy that would hit a girl. By the way, the surgery was a success and I'm healing quite well. The surgeons didn't have to do much because I already had a vagina. He just cleaned me out down there. See, but Lair's sitting right here. Like, how am I supposed to do this with her right here? Get the hell out of here.
Bedtime, girls.
This is a very serious show.
Damn kids.
Yeah, you can't. Because this is. I'll get you on here one day.
Who's that email from?
It's not done yet.
Whoa, you get some really elaborate emails into your direct inbox there, Doug. It's impressive.
Oh, he just says, he just cleaned me out down there. I guess it smelled like burnt hair and Cheetos. That's from Little Pump. Fuck you, buddy.
People can't say that our podcast isn't wide ranging. You know, we reach a deep audience. Dead, alive, rappers, Mirage in Nevada. I've got a mailbag. Do you guys remember our friend Norm?
I sure do.
So
Yep.
Norm, from Elk Staple, Saskatchewan, he reached out to us after the first episode. He thought it was ViLLe. He thought it was going to be about Elk Staple or whatever the hell it's called, and it wasn't. And he was very angry. You remember we read his email on the air. But after episode 2, we didn't hear from old Norm. So after episode 3, I decided, well, you know what? I should reach out to him. And I asked him, Norm, have you been watching the show? What do you think? So this is what he actually sent us. He said, hey guys, I did try to watch episode 2 and parts of episode 3, but I must be honest, it was tough for me. And I'm thinking, what the hell is this? He said, that fellow you have on the show there, Matthew Mullins, I think I might be his illegitimate father. I'm like, what? He said, in 1992, I had an affair with a Persian woman. My son was given up for adoption. I haven't seen him for many years, but I think that could be him. Much love and forevermore, Norm.
Wow.
Holy, once he hears that news.
Yeah, like
Jesus.
if that's true, Mullins finally, I don't know, kind of knows.
That's awesome.
Changes the game. So we're going to ask him tonight when he gets on. I know it's like a UFO theme, but I got to ask him. We're going to ask Mullins what his thoughts are, and his father's name is Norm, and go from there. That's mailbag. Hi, Mullins. How's it going?
Not too bad.
It's time for mulling it over.
Matthew Mullins from Columbus. Mullins is our best friend.
He's dead beat.
Ah, son of a bitch!
He's dead beat.
Ah, son of a bitch!
He's dead beat.
Ah, son of a bitch!
He's dead beat. Good night and go fuck yourself.
No!
Jackass. He's dead beat.
Ah, son of a bitch!
He's dead beat.
Ah, son of a bitch!
He's dead beat.
Ah, son of a bitch!
He's dead beat. Good night and go fuck yourself.
No!
Jackass.
Mullins is a best friend. Oh, son of a bitch! How's it going, Mullins?
Not too bad.
Is that shirt you're wearing has a bunch of skulls on it? Are you affiliated with a gang?
No.
That's typically something that a gang member would wear. Because it's like,
Well, they're idiots.
when I see that shirt, I think of that song Mo Mudda by Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Mo murder, mo murder, mo murder. Is that you, Mullins? Mo murder? You know they're from Ohio, Mullins. From Cleveland, actually.
Oh,
Good for them.
it was I was on Facebook. Was it like yesterday? And you popped up because the phones listen, right? So you popped up on my Facebook, so I creeped your page, and you're in the reserves or some shit.
No, I was in the ROTC program back in high school.
So you got to blast guns and stuff, eh?
No,
How
Oh,
many
shit.
Somalians did you kill?
no guns involved.
Grenades?
No, it was the ROTC program. It was a high school program. We were fucking high school students.
No, Doug,
Claymores?
No, we got none of that shit.
Doug, you're overestimating what they do with these people.
Okay, how about
It was ROTC, junior ROTC, man.
Yeah, they throw them on the front line with butter knives in their hands.
no, I was thinking
No, we don't
crowbar,
even go to war, man. It
crowbar.
just prepares us for that shit if we want to.
Switchblades?
No weapons because we were in high school.
Mullins, let's say you were in the military and there was an alien invasion. Would you start killing the aliens or would you try to make peace?
Depending on if they're friendly.
If they weren't friendly, I would break an alien's neck for sure. If one was
Obviously,
coming
I
at
would
me.
start getting a machine gun to like blast them. So hasta la vista, baby. Start blasting their asses.
But at what point do you start doing that? Like, soon as it comes close to you, soon as it, extend its hand, like when do you blow its brains up?
When I noticed that it's trying to do something stupid.
No, Mullins is a fucking lunatic. He already told me once before, he said, hey, Brett, you know that character on the television show Elf? If he was real and I see him in person, I'd rip his face off. He
I
told me
did
that.
not.
I swear to God, he said that. He was like,
I did not, though.
I'll break that stupid little midget's face. That's what he said to me. I was like, holy.
I did not. Oh my God, you're nuts. You need professional help, boy.
Mullins, we got a very strange email earlier, and I wanted to ask you about it. Mullins, is your father named Norm?
Maybe, maybe not.
Okay.
That kind of lines up with what we're about to tell you.
Mullins, did you know that your father is your mother of Persian descent?
No.
Oh.
Are you sure? Can you be
Yes,
for
I'm sure, you jackass. Oh, God.
Now, how can you be sure?
Because I know my family history, you jackass.
Do a DNA test or something?
Well, this
Yes,
email,
obviously.
this email that we got shows that you
I'm about
don't
to get a
know
baseball
everything
bat. Go
about
to Canada.
about your fam, bro.
Mullins, we got an email from a man named Norm. He lives in Elk Squabble, Saskatchewan.
Well, that's not where my father lives.
Well,
Sorry.
and he said he can't even watch our show anymore because he fears that you are his illegitimate child of an affair he had with a Persian woman in 1992.
Well, That guy's on drugs.
Mullins, how old are you?
I'm officially 28.
Lines up.
Okay.
As of 55 minutes ago, U.S. time, Eastern time.
Right.
Everybody, happy
Happy
birthday to
birthday.
Mullins.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Mullins.
birthday.
Mullins.
Yeah,
Wow.
Congratulations.
Birthday Mullins episode.
Made it another year.
Your birthday, and you get this good news too, coming out of Canada. How do you feel about it?
I think you're on drugs.
Mullins, I got to tell you, you can be half Canadian, but you can't be wearing shirts like that. Canadians are friendly people. We don't want murder and drugs and skeletons. So
It's just a fucking skull shirt. Get over it.
Well, in Canada, we're not allowed to wear skull shirts.
Well, that ain't my fault. Well, Canada's a bunch of dumbasses anyways. At least your government.
Whoa, bro.
So are you
At least your
saying
government.
are you
shit.
saying all those skulls are Canadians, Mullins? Is that what you're trying to fucking say?
No, just your government, man.
Or government?
now
Totally.
we're really gonna get sued. Fuck.
Okay, check this out. Yeah, our government sucks.
I'm
but yours
protected by
sucks
freedom
too,
of
buddy.
speech. Sucks to be you guys, but I'm protected by the
Yeah,
first-
you're real
Keep-
protected,
keep-
Mullins.
by
Keep
the
drink,
Second Amendment. Correction.
keep
Freedom of
saying,
speech.
keep saying Mago all the time, and you're gonna get canceled nice and quick, buddy.
Mullins, you seemed extremely nervous about what Doug was saying last week about Lil Pump. And if you had such freedom of speech down there, why were you so scared to say, oh, I had nothing to do with that? You don't sound too free to me.
Because I had nothing to do with it. That's why. It was all
But
him.
you were all worried though. You're like, I'm gonna get sued. We wouldn't get sued for saying that shit down here. That's why we do it.
You know how some people are. Some people like to sue. Some people are sue happy. Just
Well-
because I have freedom of speech, that doesn't mean he has the right to also sue me too.
Well, Little
He
Pump,
can try to sue me, but I don't care.
Little
He can
Pump,
sue me, and the only thing he's going to get is my bare ass.
Jesus Christ.
Yikes.
Mullins, I noticed you're drinking from an aluminum can there. Can we ask what flavor that is?
A&W root beer.
Okay.
Okay.
No, it's
It's okay. We got an email earlier from actually, I got an email to forward you as well.
Yeah.
You're gonna want to deal with that one, but we won't get into that right now. But Raj earlier sent one in and said that you should stay off the Monster drink.
I don't drink the Monsters energy drinks.
Okay, we're glad to hear that because Raj seemed very concerned.
Yeah.
We think probably because of what happened to his buddy down in Nevada.
Rest in peace.
Good to hear, Mullins. Stay off the Monster.
Yeah, Brett, stay off Monster.
No, I'm drinking Coors Banquet, beer of the West.
Well, stay off the damn beer then.
The beer of the out west.
Made with genuine Colorado Rocky water. No, but maybe. I don't know. I don't know how they make this stuff. UFOs. I mean, okay. Well, you know what? We got to start talking about this. I'm itching to talk about it. Mullins is itching to talk about it.
No. I
Aliens,
just had an itch.
a literal itch. Aliens, UFOs, the extraterrestrial, the third kind, whatever the hell you want to call it. It's on everyone's mind. At least it's on our minds because we're weirdos and we like to think about, ooh, what if these creepy men or women, equal opportunity alien zone, what
Or
if they
it
exist?
is fine as well.
It,
Or X's.
they might not even have we'll get into that. Aliens, folks, what do you have to say?
Who knows? Who cares?
What?
what? I totally believe.
How could you
But this-
say who cares, Mullins? I mean,
I really don't.
you never
Nothing
think
cares
about
about
it. You never ponder it. You never sit there and be like, fuck, there's got to be.
I don't know. Like,
We're breaking his brain right now.
You've
can't
never
see-
seen anything, never experienced anything. Like,
no,
do you believe in them?
not really.
They exist. Doug,
I 100% believe in them.
Of course you do.
I've experienced shit, man.
Well, you stay off that marijuana, you won't experience that shit.
I don't think when I was 12, I don't think I was smoking it.
Yeah, I seen shit when I was a couple times when I was younger. I seen shit.
Mullins-
When I was older too, I seen lights. I seen some weird things, man.
Yeah, you probably saw the police
Weird
sirens coming after your
things.
ass.
That too, but I'm not gonna get that confused with lights in the sky. You know what I'm saying? That's happened before, but
You know, here's how I see it. UFOs can be many things. They can be on. They're called unidentified flying objects, which could be military planes. You know, test planes.
No, because NASA came out 2 years ago in like 2019, and they can, or not NASA, the Pentagon,
Pentagon.
and they confirmed, no, there's these flying objects. We don't know, they're not ours, and we don't know of any country that
Here.
is. We can't even put the math together.
They just confirmed like 2020. I would probably say about June-ish. It was in the height of the pandemic that they just kind of slid it into the news. And it was just like, yeah. And no one even cared because it was all this COVID shit.
There's tons of, you know, sites and shit that are planes and lights. It's just different sky phenomena and stuff like that, right? Like the Pentagon, they came out and said yes, and they say they have off-world vehicles, man, that they found. Like they just slid it in there, and that's your country. And we got guys like our former defense minister, I believe, Paul Hellyer.
Yes.
He's like, yeah, man, there's fucking UFOs, there's aliens, there's all these different races of aliens. Some of them are bad, some of them aren't. Like it's like friggin' Star Wars. There's like federations, like supposedly, right? Galactic federations, just like in Star Wars and all that shit.
And just
right?
like Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
I think everyone on this podcast can agree, if the government said it, it must be true.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But it is.
Like have to gain from like releasing it.
They're
what,
worried.
what do you mean? What would they have?
They're worried.
Like if it was fake,
because
why would they even say it? Nothing. It's
they would just keep saying it's fake. They would just keep saying it's fake. Like what the hell? How they've been saying for fucking hundreds of years, man. They're just like fucking fuck it, right?
They're fine. They're realizing that this next generation isn't as like, I think previous generations, they would have lost their minds. Like the heavy, hardcore religious folks. There's still quite a few of them, but they're not as many. I think like I think they feared society collapsing. Because that busts a lot of holes, you know, and a lot of people.
Oh, yeah. But especially Christianity and shit like that, right? All the other religions, right? Like India and all that, and even like the Chinese, they go way, way back. They talk about like, you know, gods from like they're aliens, man.
Not even religion.
Like all the past except like, you know, I think it's Christianity with like Pope and stuff, because like that, like when the Vatican and all that came in, they just like, everyone was worried about getting into heaven, and everyone was worried about, you know, and they weren't paying attention to all this other shit, right? And then you have like our parents' generations and stuff that were always dealing with like world wars and shit like that. And that's when the aliens really started supposedly showing up, like where a lot of these encounters and sightings came from during the world wars, right? That's when they really started seeing these, because they supposedly are like, if you're aliens and you're checking out shit, you're gonna watch these idiots kill themselves, right?
Oh yeah,
you're gonna fucking study this shit. Like, look at these nutcases. They're just killing each other,
setting off nukes just to test.
Yeah, and
like
when they were testing it,
stupid amounts of fucking nukes just dropped.
It's definitely drawing attention to this.
Yeah, like, hey, they're like, what the fuck you doing, fucking up your beautiful planet? Like,
but if
come
you
on,
go,
guys, fucking stop.
If you go like we all agree, like you can't say there's not, because they've even said
They've
that it's
confirmed
true.
it.
But even if you go to just like the top 5 cases, top 10 cases of all time, and this can go back as long in recorded history, right? Even if just one of those is true, and these are ones that they can't explain, right? And where they've actually had like encounters of the 5th kind and stuff, where they're like, these people have actually talked to aliens or spoken to them or interacted with them somehow, right? And there's lots of those cases too, right? Sure, so many of them are bullshit, right? For sure. You got a bunch of people always lying. Humans lie, humans make up shit, they exaggerate, right?
Like, I think everything you say is probably very likely. I think all that aside, though, even if there was like no evidence, no proof, no ideas about it,
yeah,
I think it's pretty likely that it exists. And I think it's pretty like cocky of us to think that we're the only intelligent life forms out there out of all the planets in the universe. Give me a break.
Just in our galaxy, man.
Infinitely
There's supposedly like 10 million planets just in our galaxy that could support. They're just too far away, right?
I think
like it's like
it has to be.
You think about the size when they do those videos where it like scales back. It's like Earth and then the sun and then our, there's just no way on Earth we like you said, we'd be ignorant to think like, oh yeah, we're the only ones. Like, no, there's definitely, and I don't think it's such a stretch to think that another civilization, or 10, 100, thousands, millions maybe, have figured out how to travel really quick through space, right? Like we always think like, well, now we've figured it all out. It's the speed of light. It's this. But I mean, we always think that. Every generation thinks they're the smartest. So we think like, no, aliens couldn't visit here. They're hundreds of thousands of light years away. They could never make it here in time. I don't know, man. I think they could figure it out. And once you figure it out, like, it's all open,
I think our technology, as far as it has come, is lacking compared to whatever might be out there.
Is it possible like China's light years ahead of us?
I doubt it. I doubt it. Any other countries ahead of us.
Yeah, it's possible, but it's not though. Like, it's possible.
I mean, it's possible. I think certain countries may be a little bit more advanced than we are, but not by much.
The only other country that would be comparable to the US is Russia. The only one.
But see,
and Russia has supposedly got lots of crashed UFOs.
Oh fuck, they're huge. Like, think of all the shit that would crash in their area.
There's lots of good shit on Russia's UFO shit. But
I bet
with Russia though, like Russia and like China, a lot of their shit they keep secret, man. Like,
they got caught with Chernobyl, like, and that's how they were like, oh, okay, yeah, we're fucked. You think they're gonna let out any of their secrets? No. But every other country, I think even them started releasing their UFO secrets.
Yeah, they're not like sending us messages,
But that's the good thing about the internet is then their people put it on, and then the whole world gets to see everyone else's shit.
That's like a cool conspiracy theory that the moon is like an alien based spaceship, right? And that's, since we're talking about Russia, there was like two scientists back in like the 70s. I don't remember their names, but they wrote a paper on that, right? How they think it's like a alien spacecraft and it was like towed here or moved here just to like watch us. Why haven't we ever been back to that motherfucker, man? Why? Because it's filled with fucking aliens, man.
Man, could you imagine how
fuck
creepy
us up.
that would be? You're out on the moon. You're like, I mean, to be on the moon, right? You're like, oh my God, no one's ever experienced this, completely foreign. You can't even believe it. You're actually in space. You've landed on the moon. You're the first person on the moon. How extraordinarily creepy would it be if you're on the moon and you legitimately seen an alien? That'd be the most terrifying thing. Oh, good Lord. I can't even imagine. I've thought about like what it'd be like to be in space, what a feeling that would be. Because like how many people have done it. But that would be even creepier.
Would you do it if you could?
Yeah.
If you're like a one-way mission, You know you're dying, but you're going.
How long do I get to live up there?
Say a month.
No, not worth it.
More
So
things.
eventually
knock
they'll
off
find
and
a thing to put everyone to sleep. So then it's you get put to sleep, you go there and you wake up the same age, and it's then you get to spend the rest of your life there fucking doing shit. I would totally do it. Fucking fuck yeah, let's do it.
If you said I could go to like Mars and help cultivate it and I'd live, a bit, I bet you'd live, well, whatever. I would do that. But if you were like, okay, you go, it's a one-way mission, you're going to see, maybe you'll see Saturn you'll be the first human to see the planet Saturn, but you're going to die in however long it's going to take you to get there. One, you'd go crazy on the mission because it'd be just you in a pod. But two, I couldn't do it. But it would be like,
back to your point, I just wanted to touch back on the metal, the forming, the memory metal, I guess you could call it.
Yes.
Almost like that Terminator 2 stuff or whatever it is. That might be able to be explained because I think I did see that once a few years ago in this bar I went to. Actually, I talked about it last episode.
Are you possibly suggesting that Magneto had some folding metal?
Oh man, you should have seen this guy. If that guy's metal couldn't remember, I don't know what could.
Do you think everything was metal?
Absolutely, and I also think it really formed into some areas.
The one thing too that lines up, not only did Bob Lazar talk about that memory metal, everyone always said Bob Lazar was a fucking hack because they deleted his records, they deleted all this. They said no, he's lying. But he knew certain details about how Area 51 worked that other people came out and were like, no, he worked there. His story lined up. So Bob Lazar is worth reading about. But that's kind of like the more you kind of read into this, look, I remember even as a kid, and that was not long ago, 90s. So it would have been even worse for you guys. If you said you believed in UFOs, you were called a complete nutcase. Oh, you're nuts. There's no such thing. But now it's like, okay, well, UFOs are real. So
yeah, it wasn't that long ago.
No, it was like
how long ago?
10 years. It wasn't long ago. The UFO section was considered very strange, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But now it's starting to, it's starting to come forward. And a lot of people are like, well, okay, if the Pentagon says it.
Well, and also that now with the internet, you get to see a lot more from around the globe. Sure, a lot of shit is CGI, a lot of fake, a lot of shit that's not real. But I've seen some stuff, man, like videos that are like totally real, man.
There's videos where it's like entire city blocks are freaking out, whether it be in Mexico or Texas or Japan or South Korea. They're clearly seeing something, whether it's like a million of them or something very strange. You can fake a few people reacting and put something. When you've got city blocks and you see cars off in the distance stopping and looking, like, you can't fake that. There's a certain element to that. If only our phones, they suck shooting at the sky. I swear that's on purpose. Have you ever tried to take a picture of the moon with your phone?
Yeah, it's pretty shitty.
It's the worst.
It works really good through my telescope. If
Yeah.
you position it right through the eyepiece, you can take fucking awesome pictures of the moon. But yeah, just by your phone, by itself, it's terrible.
I wonder why. It's because
I swear to God.
That's why. So people can't.
Maybe there's a camera reason for it, but with all the technology they've released and like, oh, you can take a picture in the dark that looks like it's in the light, and you can, 8K on your phone. You can't take a picture of the moon.
Well, you could buy like a sweet ass camera that would take a picture. These phones are like $1,000, man. You can't fucking make it better.
And
camera at night.
You want to talk about alien technology? Fucking, our cell phones suck. The coverage sucks. Internet and Wi-Fi suck. but they can control a fucking rover on Mars and fucking take pictures and shit with fucking ease. And yeah, our fucking Wi-Fi cuts out fucking times, and like internet sucks. And
did you ever wonder if like whoever's running those things, like, you know, whoever runs that shit are just a bunch of lazy fucks and just like fucking up their job, and our Wi-Fi gets cut out because of negligence at work?
could be.
Just guys like, fuck, I don't want to do that. I don't fucking do that. Just
Very
fucking.
well do that. But I think it's more like we're not privy to that type of technology. They only give us what they want to give us. I think we're
Fuck
being
yeah.
controlled in many ways. Same with the whole, you know, hiding UFOs and aliens for many years.
Well,
And a lot
they
of
have-
other things too. I think we're being fed.
they have
what
active
want to feed
camo
us.
right now testing in the military. And that has to be fucking alien technology. That come from a UFO. And yeah, they're starting to be able to like hide people in tanks and shit like that with the surrounding area. It's fucking crazy shit.
Mullins, are you still a non-believer after you made a few points?
Mullins
I mean, it's
actually.
possible they're out there, but it's hard saying.
Can I tell you guys a true story?
Please.
I didn't want to bring it up here, but I think it's warranted given the circumstances. Mullins says he's a non-believer, but that's because he isn't even a believer. He's a nowhere. 4 years ago, Mullins, it was a night like tonight. You know, it was late night, having a couple brews, and Mullins shared with me a very deep secret of his. When he was 11, he was actually abducted by an alien.
I was not.
And that alien's name, have you guys seen the South Park where the aliens take the forms to make the humans feel comfortable? It was the exact same situation Mullins told me. The alien said, Mullins, what would you like me to look like so you'd feel comfortable? Mullins said, well, how about Mr. Feeney? I'm very familiar with that character. And the alien said, okay.
I did not say that.
And then when the alien turned into Mr. Feeney, he said, and in the end, Topanga, you were just a slut.
Whatever. I'm about to bitch slap you.
Even he knows.
Yeah, he's fucking, these aliens come to visit you and that's what they're telling you.
Whatever. That's about to get bitch slapped. When he gets slapped, it's gonna be his fault.
When Mullins told me that story, I wept. He wept. It was a very powerful story, but so he's a knower of aliens. He's been abducted. He's seen them up close. And that's actually when you see him on the podcast and he's looking down, that's not actually a phone. He's actually communicating with aliens.
No, it's an actual phone, you jackass. Jesus.
An alien phone.
Yes.
No, it's not. It's just a rubber cell phone made by normal people.
Made by who, Mullins? Nokia?
This is aliens on Mars.
This
Or
is
the moon.
Yeah, like what the fuck's that?
Darcy, can you play that one more time?
I've seen this one a bunch of times, and others like it.
Mullins, I want you to pay close attention to this. We'll see if you can deny it after this. And you see them right now on the right there. Yeah. See their shadow.
Mm.
You can see the shadow over the fucking
Right
moon.
there.
What do you say about that, Mullins?
And then that third one too, like down. And then they just disappear.
Well, that could just be because it's dark there. What do you think about that, Mullins?
Interesting.
Very
I've
interesting.
seen a few, like, well, a bunch of videos of just like normal dudes looking like and seeing shit like that. That's just fucked, man. There's lots of pictures and stuff too that you can look that NASA has on their fucking websites and shit, right? Like
Yeah.
thousands. of like the moon landing. You can see some structures and stuff, man, for sure. They're not like, it's not made by no weather.
Darcy, can you bring up, do you have those Pentagon videos they released a couple years ago?
Tic Tac one.
They were released several years ago and everyone thought they were fake. And then the Pentagon finally was like, no, these are real. It's very creepy.
Yeah, and they had that dude, I don't know, like one of the pilots, he was on like Joe Rogan and he was on a bunch of podcasts. He was on like the news. One of those
A
pilots.
bunch of the good podcasts.
Yeah. David Favor. I don't know. David Favor, something like that. But he's like, yeah, we didn't fucking know. And he was talking, they're saying that there was lots of that. It was going on for like 2 weeks, man. That's just the one video they gave. And they got a better fucking video than that one.
Oh, yeah.
100%. So I guess that was going on for like weeks.
And what video is it?
Tic Tac video. Tic Tac UFO.
I thought that was a breath mint myself.
They used to say back in the day, even with UFOs, oh, it's just these crackpots. And like you said earlier, Doug and Hawks, there are a lot of crackpots out there. And Darcy, like, there are. But more and more, it's like, oh yeah, Canada's former Minister of National Defense, Israel's former Minister of National Defense, Air Force pilots.
And he was in charge, that Israel guy, I think he was in charge of their space program too, something like that.
Yes.
And he's like a physicist, scientist type fucking. They come out.
They still, he's old, he's senile. I don't know, man. Like, I've known a lot of old people, and yeah, they might lose their memory a little bit or whatever, but I've never seen them go, especially like two head of defense minister, No, I don't know. They're getting more and more credible, the people that are reporting this stuff.
Well, when they're former ministers and former anything to do with confidential information like that, yeah, their credibility with me goes way up.
It's not like they were the Minister of Creative Arts, Minister of Defense.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, they had definite private information.
I don't know. It just gets more and more credible over time. More and more people talk about it. I think back in the day, people were scared to talk about it too. I think they feared, like, well, I'm just going to get called crazy. I'm just going to get called stupid.
For sure. And still, people to this day, there's tons of people that have seen something and just like don't want to say anything, because who knows, even if you could have your family, you could have your wife, your girlfriend that thinks you're a nut job for even bringing it up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have two experiences. The one was just a couple of years ago. Me and Rob, fucking, the blood moon was out. So yeah, we had empty field out behind my house. Perfect area to go watch it. We went out in the field. There's probably like 3 or 4 other people out in there. While we were standing there checking out the blood moon, super cool. All of a sudden,
with your telescope though, right?
No, yeah, well, we had that, but
yeah,
no, we didn't have it.
Oh, you didn't?
No, we were just standing there watching. All of a sudden, from the north, you see this look like a satellite come cruising up, and yeah, it was come cruising up, coming up to the moon, and then just stopped. I'm like, what? Me and Rob look at each other. We're like, what the fuck? You see that? And it's like, no satellite just stops. And then it changed direction and started heading like towards the moon to get like, it looked like closer. Fucking hung out there for probably a couple seconds, like 10 seconds or something. And then turned back in the direction it like come from, like from the north, and just like shot, like disappeared, gone. What the fuck? Like nothing that we've made on our planet can travel like that. We might have something on our planet that has traveled like that, like in Area 51 or something. But yeah, that was the craziest. And there was like, all the other people were like, oh my God, did you see that? And then, yeah, the other one was when we were kids. Doug doesn't really remember it. We were playing in the alley as kids. It was dark. There was me, Doug, this Josh, and I'm pretty sure it was Ravi, hanging out, playing in the dark alley. And all of a sudden, behind Kirkness School, it's like a laser show. But this is like late 80s, early 90s. There's nothing like that. And it was silent. There wasn't like fireworks. So we go running over there, come to the fucking end of the alley on Kirkness Road. And there's a cop car sitting there with the door wide open. No cop. So for sure, he sees what the fuck's going on and goes into the field. We went into that field and hung out and watched. It looked like lasers, but opposite. It was coming down. You couldn't see anything. It was pitch black. Like I don't remember seeing like a shape of a craft or anything, but it was the colors. I just remember the crazy colors. Shit I've never seen before. It was just, yeah, the pinks and the blues and the fucking like, but opposite, like coming down. And that fucking
what I remember, I don't really remember the lights, but I do remember what you're talking about, and I do remember the cop car after you brought with the door open and there was no cop there. I do remember that.
I went out the morning after.
I do remember that shit though.
And the cop car was there, but the door was shut. And I remember going to the field, like closer, like to Dead Man's, and it was like scorch marks. It was the colors. I'll never get that out of my fucking brain. Like I'll remember that till the day I die. The colors. That's all I remember. And it totally reminds me of the Nicolas Cage movie. What the hell was it? The Color of Space or something. Just the colors in that movie totally reminded me of that. It was a crazy experience.
If you're listening to this episode and you live in Edmonton and you were around Kirkness in the 1980s and you might have seen something like this, send Dr. Adam Montgomery Hawks a direct email.
Send me an email directly to my inbox.
See, I do remember, but I thought it was us just being kids. But I like besides the cop car, and I remember that. I remember it. I just don't really remember lights or anything. So maybe I blocked that out. But like, I've had like I remember one time going out on the I remember everyone on the block out on their balconies one time pointing at this fucking thing in the sky, like down like our block. It's like just everyone, right? Whereas outside there's daylight too, right? Look at that fucking shit. Look at that. Everyone. I just remember that as a kid. I remember one time at Kirkness as a kid too on recess or something. So you had a bunch of people out in the back there, right? And then there was like daytime too, right? But farther out there was this like metallic oval, and you know how far it probably was, like you know where like the Canadian Tire is now on Manning?
Yes.
Like there.
Kilometers.
That's where it would have that's like a kilometer away, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, and I remember that too, and I remember everyone, teachers and everything out there looking. But like I was a kid, right? But I remember that shit, right? And that's like, and I think those sightings and those whatever, right, made me get into this shit in the first place, right? Because that was like when I was young, right? And I remember getting books and stuff. But I'll tell you a funny other story though of a sighting. So at Dead Man, see, this all takes place in Dead Man. So all these fucking farmers' fields and whatever, right?
It's as close as you
like, hey, check that.
Being in the city. Carry on.
Yeah. So the Hales Bopp comet. You guys remember that? All those fucking killed themselves and stuff. So that thing was in the sky for like months or something, right? Like it was in the sky. It just moved gradually, but it just stayed there. If anyone can remember that.
I think so, yeah.
So one time at Dead Man's was like me, Kwame, Mike Chandra, James Green, maybe Jared. I don't know. We are all we got totally blazed, man. Like we hotboxed this Mike's car, right? We just got fucked, right? And we're watching the fucking Hales Bopp comet, right? It's just there, right? In the sky. and it's going all around. We're like, oh, look at that fucking shit. Oh, what? We couldn't stop laughing. And then Mike's like, we gotta roll down the windows. I think we're gonna die or whatever, because it was just, we were smoking mad cannons in there for like ever, right? And then he's like, I gotta open up the door, and he opened it up, and all the smoke and all. But like, I'm pretty sure it would have to do with the weed, right? But for all of us to have that trip while that thing was in the sky, right? That fucking, and it started just going. But it was a cool story though.
It may or may not have been the drugs. I don't like you or anyone to say that it definitely was. That just gives Mulllins grounds to dismiss people.
Yeah, but see,
drugs.
I like I said, I'm on that fence too with that, because who fucking knows, right? But I just thought it was a cool story that it's like all these sightings that I've had has to do with that fucking forest where Terry Blue murdered his family.
Mulllins has had something similar like that happen to him.
I have not.
Darcy talked about all the lights that he's seen. You know, Darcy's seen all these lights. Mulllins came back one day. He was like, "Oh my god, I seen all these lights." I think it might have been.
I did not. You liar.
It might have been an alien encounter. It turned out, Mulllins went to a Pink Floyd concert. The guy next to him said, "Hey, do you want to have a good time?" Mulllins thought he was just being very innocent. Slipped him some LSD, lasers, lights.
Yeah.
You know, and that's how we explain that.
I've never been to a Pink Floyd concert, you liar.
Well, you don't remember it because you were on LSD.
No, I know for a fact I have.
Mulllins, everyone who's been to a Pink Floyd concert says the same thing.
Another thing that has to do with dead mans and drugs and aliens. One time I was so fucked on acid at Dead Man's, and there was all these green aliens in the trees. These were just trees. They were just all in there, right? Like fucking, the fucking trees was the coolest fucking shit ever. That's why I like that. I used to like that drug, because it was cool like that. I knew it wasn't real. I think.
You just went to the forest at Dead Man's and spoke with aliens.
There was a hell of a lot of activity though out in Dead Man's. There's a reason why we labeled that one area back there X-Files. Like,
oh yeah,
the outskirts of Northeast Edmonton. There's a lot of paranormal UFO activity.
Yeah, remember the monster? That could have been an alien. You never know.
Tons of shit that happened out there. But again, outskirts, you know.
Oh, the outskirts in X-Files, one time we were driving. I don't know if it was with you guys, but I know I was with Mike Trand around this one time too. He used to hang around, right? And we were like seeing on X-Files down there, there was like a couple of deer that were just tore apart, man. Like just fucking obliterated, man. Like some ate it. And we're just like, there's nothing out here that eats fucking deer like that, man.
I think that was the time Mulllins came to Canada.
You deer-loving bastard.
You would know when I come to Canada.
How will I know? How will I know, Mulllins?
I would be all over the news.
But this
I have that Tic Tac video.
Yeah, let's bring it up. These are military videos. It says right there. Like, these are legitimate military videos.
Nimitz, yeah.
Mulllins, you might want to pay attention here again, Captain Denier.
I haven't denied anything yet.
I tell you what, the only thing that's been denied, Mulllins, is your NCIS show canceled. Here, this is an alien video from the Pentagon.
In the language of the US Department of Defense, these are unidentified aerial phenomena, videos which add fuel to the belief of some that we are not alone. The first incident was filmed off the California coast in 2004, an oval shape hovering, and in the words of the Navy pilot who recorded this, not behaving by the normal laws of physics.
Oh, that's them, is it? It's not on well, if there's a
in 2015, pilots flying off the east coast of America spotted this.
They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west. Oh, big dude.
Again, its speed and movement apparently astounding experienced air crew.
Well, if there's another thing, it's
That same year, racing across the surface of the ocean, something that it took some skill to capture. All of these videos have been leaked in the past, but the US government now confirms they are genuine.
That can be explained.
Statement of the Department of Defense said it was releasing the videos in order to clear up any misconceptions by the public on whether or not the footage that's been circulating was real or whether or not there is more to the videos. The aerial phenomena observed in these videos, they say, remain characterized as unidentified. Those who've actually been to space are skeptical about what the videos reveal.
These objects are probably some kind of secret military program, and what these pilots saw were real. They saw them, and they filmed and photographed them. And the Pentagon, I'm assuming, declassified them because there was a lot of speculation going out there. They had already been leaked, so why not come out and say, okay, these films are genuine, they do exist, but we don't know what they are.
Of course, the US has a long history of reported UFO sightings. This image, captured by a couple in Oregon in 1950, regarded as one of the most significant. They were certain this was a UFO. And the Nevada desert continues to attract those who believe, seriously or not, that Area 51 houses crashed alien spacecraft and their occupants. With the world gripped by more earthbound concerns right now, these videos will, for many, confirm what they've always believed, that the truth is out there. Greg Milan, Sky News, Los Angeles.
Believe it or not, it's actually
That first one's shape was pretty UFO-y.
Very strange.
Yeah.
The second
but
one,
then you see that guy that's like, well, it's probably just a secret military fucking. Shut the fuck up, motherfucker. It's not. See, this is just like, you see these videos, they're just like, let's give them the shittiest videos we have. Shut them up for a bit, right? So they did.
Here's
But they still can't be explained. Sorry.
that's kind of like our podcast. Let's give them the shittiest podcast, shut them up for a bit.
Yep. Just throw them some content like Chum in the Sea. But those are legitimate. Like those are recorded off. I think those are recorded off of whether it's a plane or
It was jets, right? Like they're recorded from the military, right? So,
Mullins, you're a
they're very
military man.
credible.
Mullins, you're a military man. You should be all on board on this shit. You don't believe this or what?
I don't know. I mean, shit, it's possible.
Mullins promised the audience a firm yes or no answer on UFOs from you at the start of this podcast. We need a firm answer. You can't hit us with this. I don't know.
I don't.
He did say it was. He did say it was possible at one time, but maybe he is an alien, and he's just trying to divert us a bit off the topic.
Oh my God!
I'm gonna ask Norm from Elk Fangle, Saskatchewan, if he himself is an alien, and then we will know.
Or ask him if he meant alien rather than Persian.
Ooh, maybe
Maybe that was autocorrect.
You guys are stupid.
Mullins, one of the things that I've always thought is really one of the stories that I've always really liked regarding UFOs, because I think it's like it's very, very hard to deny, was the Zimbabwe. Doug, you know about that one.
Yeah.
All those kids in Zimbabwe that all tell the same story and told the same story when they were 8 and filmed about it, and when they were 30 and filmed about it, about how they went out for school, out for recess at school. A UFO landed and they seen all this stuff. And I mean, they interview all these kids, different ages, all this. They all tell the same story. They brought them back like 20 or 30 years later. They're still telling the same story. And you can tell, like we've talked about on this show, you know, you got the crackpots. They're like, I seen a UFO. I swear to God, I seen a UFO. But then you've got people that are, you know, you would consider normal. You work with these people and they're like, no, I'm telling you, it's legitimate. I've seen it. And that story doesn't change. When the story doesn't change, it tends to lead to its credibility. And those Zimbabwe children, you can't even find that video on YouTube. It's so well hidden.
It's yeah, and it's the thing about it too. They interview like a bunch of them, but there was so many more of them that didn't go on camera, didn't say anything. And then years later, you got the teachers and stuff. Like the teachers didn't see it at first. Years ago, they were like, then like it had to be true. Like those kids were shook. They all told us, and supposedly the aliens were like communicating with them telepathically, and they were like saying like, you guys, you humans need to change, and you know, we're worried for you. And but they felt like at peace with them while they were talking to them, and they all told the same stories. You're telling me a bunch of fucking, from like 7-year-olds to 12-year-olds are that good of liars? Like, you know what I mean? That can fool like everybody.
And
I don't know.
Consistently keep it together.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like they all went home one day and were like, okay. And that because it didn't even become a thing until they went home to their parents.
Yeah.
And they all told their parents the same story, and the parents called the school. So I don't think like if it was fake, you know, maybe they go out there and there's 3 or 4 of them, and a couple others are like, okay, it was fake, and they try to tell the teacher, but they don't maybe go home. And this was every student that was outside went home, told the same story to their parents. Their parents called the school. They like enough there. It wasn't. I don't think they could fake that.
No, and then you got the news that hears about it and goes in there, like all the media, and they're not. You'd think that they would get nervous and shit, but none of them. They were just like, yeah, this is straight up what happened, right? You're telling me like no kid's gonna fuck that shit up when you got media like worldwide, like there's a lot of it, right?
It's no. Here quickly, I'll share. I won't share like the actual video because we've shared a lot of video tonight, but this was like the child drawing it. Like this was in 1994. This was the year I was born.
Gave you the creeps. Actually, in your drawing, you showed him standing up, didn't you? Yes, I had to draw him standing up without putting drawing pictures.
Like they're drawing that. Like this is legitimate documentary film.
Yeah.
The world's gonna end. Maybe telling us the world's gonna end.
The world's gonna end. They're telling them like.
Well, why do you think they might want us to be scared? Because maybe because we don't look after the planet, the area properly.
I mean, every one of these friggin' kids says the same thing.
Some of them like shape it a little different and stuff, but they're kids, right? Like there's gonna be a little bit, and some of them seen the aliens, some of them didn't. Yeah, it's, I don't know. It's a very credible case. I don't think a bunch of kids can lie like that for 20 fucking years.
Well, Doug,
years,
I mean,
whatever the fuck it is, or even right.
Doug, you have young kids. I'm assuming that with your young kids, like you can tell when they're lying to you and when they're telling the truth, right?
Yeah,
like,
because they're not that smart, right? Like, I'm sorry, but that most kids aren't that smart. They're gullible, and you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Like if you ask Theo, who wrote you that quite frankly cruel email earlier in the show, but if Theo comes to you and says, no, Dad, I didn't do this, or Dad, I did do this, or he tries to tell you a story, like you can pick up on it, right?
Oh yeah,
like,
definitely.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Like you're full of shit, kid.
These kids, you watch them, like I don't have kids, but it's like they just don't seem. You can kind of tell when a kid's lying. I think these kids don't seem like they're lying. Something happened to them.
Mullin's not interested in this one bit, is he?
Mulllins is the person we have to convince tonight that it all exists. It seems to
I'm
me.
not saying they don't exist. I'm just saying, show me the.
I told you guys. He right now, you see, do you notice that he has his device out of frame? It's because it's an alien communicator.
It is not. Damn.
He's letting them know that we're on to them.
Yes.
Oh my god. You guys are starting to piss me off. I'm about
So
to
you're
die.
a spy,
He's
eh?
like, oh, Kazorpalorp. They know about the Zimbabwe
You guys
children.
are fucking idiots.
And Zulumu, Darcy, Senior Lights in Kirkness Field, asshole. Why didn't you turn those down in 1987?
But see, I have like theories too of like aliens. I totally believe that there's like different races of aliens all over the world too. But I think a lot of sightings too are us from the future, man.
What?
Yeah.
What did you just say?
Some sightings, some aliens, some encounters. I think it's us from the future too. Listen, man, if you're able to space travel, like interstellar travel, you're telling me you're not gonna have no fucking time machines, man?
Do you mean
I'm pretty sure there's gonna be time machines in
Like
the
human beings in the
We're not
future
there yet.
come and watch what's going on?
Wait, who's saying this? Is this future Doug saying this right now?
future
Could be, yes, it could be. But don't you think that's an intriguing theory?
When
that
you say it's us in the future, do you mean like specifically it's us
human?
five?
No. Maybe. Who fucking knows? Maybe that's who was at Deadman's that time. Who
I
fucking
have
knows?
no future.
But no, human beings.
Human beings have no future either. We talked.
That's
about
what I
that
mean,
last
man. They're gonna fucking hit the road to Mars or whatever. The Elon Musk and them are gonna go and fucking piece the fuck out, leave us all here to
Future
die.
Doug, 2026, we magically find a time machine. We go back and, we're chilling there in the time machine. I say, Doug, you know what would be absolutely hilarious? Remember that time that you were 18 and on LSD and Deadman's? Why don't we all dress up like aliens, go back in time and hide in the trees? Wouldn't that really freak you out? And you'd be like, yeah, that actually would. So we go back in time and we did that. So those aliens that you've seen were actually us.
I also think that like Greys and stuff, they're like robots.
Well, no, I don't
The
think.
Greys, they're like fucking, but they're not. They're like, live.
No,
They're
like
alive,
think of us.
but they're robots. Like,
No, it's a spacesuit. I think
You think
it's a
the gray
suit for
aliens?
them. Like they
No,
could
'cause
totally
they-
look like us underneath.
no, but the
Anywhere we have to
encounters.
go, we have to wear a suit. Like they're not accustomed to anything. Now think of something like a COVID hitting them. It would wipe them right out. They're not accustomed to it. Like,
That's how they died in War of the Worlds.
yeah, and that's exactly it. Could totally happen.
Those fucking guys didn't even wear masks. Those aliens.
Yeah, and that's I still think the big eye suit is just a suit. Like
Well,
it could totally be
well, you
something
just
underneath.
you go by witnesses, right? That it's not right. Like you go
But
by.
all
There's
of them
been
are wearing
thousands of them. No,
Or all of them
because
have
they've said if there's been like encounters where it's like got physical. And it's like, but there's supposedly tall Greys. There's supposedly these little worker Greys that are like robots, like not. They're like alive. They're like what future robots would be, like cyborg type shit, right?
But like when you if you just look at our planet alone, it's so alien to us still. Like we're still finding shit every day new, like
Now-
new species of everything.
The ocean.
And that's on land. We've only explored it's like maybe 5% of the ocean. When they go down there and they're submersible and shit, their light only goes like 20 feet out in whatever, all directions. There's shit that doesn't like light that's going to swim around them and they'll never see. They're always focused in one direction, what's behind them. Like they say, one of the closest things that they think alien on our planet is an octopus.
Yeah.
It's like ammonia based or whatever, like it's blood, and where we're like a carbon based life form, it's like ammonia. They're super smart.
They
yeah.
look at even.
Yeah, but
Their-
we
their heads.
still discover shit new every day. But then look at how many species and different types within that species and shit. Like there's crazy life on the planet, like on Earth.
Not to mention all the
Now
ones
if there's
that
other
killed off.
planets, like alien planets, all fucking thriving, think of all the shit on that planet. I love Rick and Morty. I think, if anything, maybe not the whole dimension shit, even though that's 100% possible, different dimensions and all that shit. The way that show explains the aliens and shit, I totally think it's gonna be like that, like a galactic federation, like with the aliens and shit. Once they're exposed, then we can all live as one. But it's gonna be every type, like how many different planets? Like humans are, like, we're aliens to other planets. We look like humans, they could look like the Greys. They could look like lizards and shit. Blobs and shit, gaseous stuff. It's gonna be crazy if we ever do get to see shit in our lifetimes. Yeah, just our planet alone, you look at the diversity of life, and if it's on other planets, it's going to be crazy. We're going to see some crazy shit, hopefully in our lifetime.
Yeah. That also reminds me, you were talking about like our planet. So the other day I was on TikTok and I seen a time traveler on TikTok. And he says on February 22nd, something that will be the best discovery in the history of Earth will be found in the ocean. So just pay attention to that.
Oh my gosh, that's in 2 days.
A TikTok time traveler.
Yeah, he's gonna be
people
full of
ask him a question. Hey man, I just kept it. You never know. Who fucking knows, right?
Doug, why would you tell us that? Because now Mullins is going to text Google Flangchua from Testaquan 47.
No, actually, I'm just bullshitting around on Facebook.
That don't look like Facebook to me.
Hey, get that thing under the ocean. They're going to find it February 22nd.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Whatever.
But it didn't say what it like. It wasn't like
maybe Atlantis or something.
Maybe.
That was crazy.
Which Atlantis is supposed to be
like
alien stuff.
Plato speaks of like.
No, Atlantis was an ancient like Greece, like a city like Greece, ancient Greece and stuff.
Yeah,
but it got wiped out by.
They had like electricity and shit.
By a tsunami.
They had technology that we didn't have till like now.
And check the pyramids and god damn, man.
Yeah.
They're fucking a bunch of slaves built them. Like,
you know how many slaves it would take to get,
I know, like
just those top like bricks, like stones on the top of it
to get it perfect. Like they say you had to have something that cut with laser. And then to coat
it, and then to coat it in gold. Like it was like,
but then
it was like coated in gold.
That's a good theory about the pyramids being old power plants.
Well, they found batteries inside them.
They said that, like on planet Earth, there's all these like sites, these ancient sites, pyramids that Göbekli. How do you say that?
Göbekli Tepe.
Yeah, Tepe. Then all these places, and they all line up, and it was like supposed to be like some huge energy grid for the planet. They all were just like power, like, you know what I mean?
Our whole planet is just energy. Like
everything's energy. We're all energy.
But I mean, like just our planet produces endless amounts of energy. Just that magnetism we could use, and that's what Nikola Tesla did. Like his towers. He had a tower that radiated energy that we would be walking down the street and our phone would always be fully charged. Fucking the lights would be all charged, like always working. Yeah, you don't have all these fucking cables running everywhere, all underground, overground. Fucking his towers would have been the fucking best. And then when he died, and his technology was all alien. Like at that time, for him to come up with all that shit, 100% alien.
It wasn't all alien, because
Oh,
then you'd have to say Thomas Edison was all alien too.
all of
because
that
he
shit,
came up with
like-
that shit. Not all of it. He was just a really fucking smart kid. Like when he was born, like he was real smart.
Oh yeah, but
He said that he was in contact with aliens, that he was picking up radio signals from them and
yeah,
shit.
and you learn shit. They teach you stuff.
He never said that though.
100%.
He never said that though.
But like just his towers alone, like just our planet produces energy that we can harness. Aliens have done it. Fucking if they're able to travel here and shit, like
Yeah, if anything can travel interstellar, man, you know.
well, fuck, we can barely make it to the fucking moon and shit.
Yeah, really. Like we're struggling to get there.
We can barely make it off the couch sometimes. Fuck. Never mind the moon.
True.
I have a update that I'd like to share. One of my favorite sightings.
Lights in the sky, glimpses of spacecraft, possible alien sightings being reported all over the world. Are they aliens? The first video images are coming in. Disturbing home video tonight from a ranch outside Sydney, Australia. Watch very carefully now. There it is. Let's see that again.
Yep.
And this just in from Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Bad Brett.
Very, very disturbing. And this just in from South Texas.
Oh.
There's definitely somebody in the costume on that one.
No, that was
Don't you see it said exclusive?
Yeah, and that's bullshit.
you believed the first couple, but that last one was
Yeah, because it's obvious a fake. That one's a fake. Duh. Not everything's real.
Home isn't just where we live. Loved ones and what we love.
Mullins, you've got some volume up, but so you thought the one where the horse was taking a number 2, that one was real. The dogs having sex was real, but the one
Oh no shit, we know the dog's having sex with her, you jackass.
of course we know that was real, but him with the beer, that was too much.
Yeah, if aliens are real, then I have one song for them. Here comes the MIB taking their asses down.
But
one by one.
It sounds like you actually might be a believer now.
It does sound that way, Mullen.
Yeah.
We've
The
swayed.
U.S. government needs to create the MIB, take down the aliens, just in case they're real.
Who's listening to Men in Black?
That's Mullins. That's what he's saying. The government needs to create them so that they
That's
can.
Will Smith, baby.
They're already there.
Oh, there's 100% a fucking like X-Files type fucking.
Yeah, Men in Black, man. That's a huge thing too, man. There was always Men in Black showing up in these stories, right? In these encounters and cases. Men in Black, man. Some of them, they're supposedly like they talk like robotic, like
Hello.
So, like very like that, and they all look the same. They're very white, and they're just like
They're just clones.
They look like fucking Mullins.
No, they look like my ass.
No,
Mullins,
fucking trying to.
I'm getting a radio transmission. One sec here. It
See,
says
this guy's nuts, man.
It says
Where do you guys find this?
Wait, I'm tuning in here. It says Will Smith don't have to cuss in his raps to sell records. Well, I do, so fuck him and fuck you too. Wow.
Will Smith doesn't even rap that often.
Does it
He
need to
prefers
anymore?
acting.
I think we.
So most of the time, when he raps, he does the Bel Air theme song. That's what he does most of the time.
No, it's not.
No, he does his hits that he does. He never does that
Dude,
shit.
he's
at
got
all.
getting jiggy with. Oh my god.
Miami, summertime.
Fucking Nightmare on My Street is his best one.
Fucking parents just don't understand.
I think I can beat Mike Tyson.
Yeah, you're gonna get your ass beat by Mike Tyson too.
I didn't say it, man. Will did. Big Willie said it.
Mullins is in a bad mood. Is it time for shit I stole?
This week,
Probably stole the house he's in. Who knows?
Mullins stole a lot of things. Never stole a home yet. This week on Shit I Stole is the Alien Blaster. Can you see this pretty good?
Oh,
Yep.
wow.
The Alien Blaster. The Alien Blaster.
I don't even want to know what you do with that. Probably
It's
stick it
not,
up your
it's
ass.
not what I do with it now, Mullins. It's how I obtained it. That's the whole
Blasting
premise.
aliens.
It's the whole premise behind the whole segment. So I obtained this Alien Blaster one night. Myself and a few friends were out one night at a bar that is dedicated to games and sports and a lot of arcade activities happening at that night. Had a few drinks. We ran into some other people we knew. I kind of said something to one of the acquaintances that I kind of knew that kind of upset him a little bit. So he was quite upset by it because I'm a blithering idiot sometimes when I drink. And he wanted to go outside and scrap me, so I went outside, and I didn't want to scrap him, but I mean, there's only so much you can do when someone's freaking out at you. So took a couple swings at him. He fucked off. His hat fell off. I brought his hat inside, placed his hat on the table with the rest of his friends that were there. They all fucked off with his hat, I guess, chasing after his buddy. And then the night continued. We had more drinks, just all of our friends, all those fuckers left. And me and a friend went into one of these dual arcade machines with these alien blasters. There was two of them. And there was this alien game there. And we're playing this game, shooting a lot of aliens with these blasters. There's a big power cord on this thing. We're shooting, passing levels, pumping money, pumping loonies, pumping toonies into this arcade game. Me and my buddy, we're pals, we're fucking this shit up. All these aliens getting blasted. Then we get to this one area on this one level that all of a sudden we enter this warehouse, and the warehouse fills with poisonous gas. All the aliens, you see them for a second and then they fuck off, and we're filled with poisonous gas. And all of a sudden, no matter what we do with these fucking blasters, doesn't matter. We're dead. We're dying. Energy going down, dead, done. Both of us, me and my buddy, standing there, pumped how many loonies and toonies into this game. And all of a sudden we reach a dead end like that. Well, shit. It did not sit very well with either of us. So we look at each other at the exact same time, give each other the nod, and fucking start ripping these fucking guns right the fuck out of those cords off that machine. Because, you know, we pumped many, many dollars into that machine, and now this. So we rip them the fuck out, start fucking cackling, leave the establishment. The thing was just like shaking like a fucking downed power line, just fucking waving. And I got this sweet alien blaster. You see that hole there? That's where all the fucking the core to the power went. And that's where the blasting happened. And that is just one of the many shit I stole.
That alien blaster. So your buddy got the blue one.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think he still has it. I don't know. He might have thrown it out, but I had player one, red.
Nice.
We really fucked that thing up.
You're probably one of the very few people in the world to do that.
I hope they had insurance on that video game, because it was definitely useless after.
They for sure did, probably. If it was in a big establishment with a lot of arcade games, then yeah.
But again, right? The aliens, they win again. They lure you into some fucking warehouse. Gas starts fucking coming out and you're dead.
Bastards.
Mullins, you can't tell me that doesn't happen more often than not.
Mullins, you got to unmute yourself.
I don't know.
Mullins actually stole that shirt from an arcade.
No, actually, I bought it, you jackass.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a gang affiliation shirt at first.
No, it's just a t-shirt. Jesus, that's what's wrong with today's society. Everything is either racist or gang related or whatever, man. Grow the fuck up.
Well,
How with society that
I
they're either
would agree with
racist
you.
or they're gang related, and that's it.
I would probably agree with
Awesome,
you.
man. They just grow the fuck up. Stop crying over something that almost happened almost 200 years ago, man.
You know what I say? You know what I always say? Forget coronavirus, forget AIDS, forget all these horrible diseases in the world.
Exactly that too, man.
The two worst things in the world, unbelievably, racism, of course, but of course, gang-related activity.
Obviously.
That affects.
Racism, man, it stops, man.
Yes, but
like I said,
gang-related
the past
activity.
can't hurt you.
Everyone's trying to
Don't worry
tie it
about
into
the past. Worry about the future.
No,
Did the past offend you? Then I'm sorry.
I'll take
I don't
shit
know
on the
what to
past and the future.
Mullins, it's probably a little easier for you to say, but regardless, we are talking about the past, present, and future.
Look what he's drinking.
Oh,
what is that?
That's Pepsi.
Mullins, that's
Pepsi.
Pepsi. You're back on the Pepsi. You got to read your email. I forwarded you an email. It's very important. It's time sensitive. You have to tend to that matter immediately. Do not fuck around, and please put down the P word.
I would, but I'm falling asleep, so no.
Oh my gosh. Mullins, you need to check your emails immediately.
He's getting sued. That's fine. Mullins. I always say Mullins, he gets such an inflated ego. And sometimes you need a giant lawsuit to tone people down. That's what Mullins needs right now.
What I need is $1 million.
Oh, okay.
So hand it over, you cocksuckers.
Jesus Christ. And we want to thank you, Dr. Adam Montgomery Hawks, for your story of stealing.
You're fired.
Hey, no problem. Pow, pow, pow.
I'm gonna call the police.
Mullins is such a narc. Jesus Christ.
Sure.
Now it's time for Darcy Reviews Everything. And I think this one is also alien themed.
Hey people, welcome to Darcy Reviews Random Shit. As today's topic is aliens, I will be reviewing War of the Worlds. It come out in 2015 and is a remake of H.G. Wells' work. This movie stars Tom Cruise, who plays dad with 2 kids. Pretty sure he's a deadbeat dad. But yeah, he gets possession of his kids for the weekend or whatnot. And pretty much right from jump, this movie just pretty much starts off action. So there's a crazy lightning storm and all that shit. Shit starts going south, and yeah, a big machine just starts to appear. It rises, fucking gets up. Yeah, it just takes over the sky. Fucking, they call it a tripod. All of a sudden, it just starts killing people. Fucking, so now it's just a full-on panic. Yeah, they start pretty much having to fight for their lives. He's trying to save his kids. It's a full-scale invasion of aliens. They start to harvest humans. This movie's a great movie. It's for sure watch. I say a 10 out of a 10 and 5 bags on Brett's scale. This movie is possible, like, if we ever do come across them. A lot of people will probably just jump to starting to shoot. I think we'd get fucked up exactly like how this movie fucking depicts. Yeah, thanks for watching my review. This is Darcy Reviews Random Shit. And yeah, if you have anything to send, if you want anything tested, send it to me. Get a hold of someone. I'll test it and review it. And yeah, thank you. What do you guys think about this movie if you've seen it?
It's my favorite movie. Tom Cruise is a deadbeat in the movie, but it is my favorite movie of all time.
Some have said
Never seen it.
Some have said this is Tim Robbins' finest hour.
I wouldn't know. I've never seen it.
He's actually good in it, man. He's a psycho.
Yeah,
he's just like, it's fucking, you gotta help me kill these aliens, man. Gotta help me kill them.
Let's give a quick shout out to Tim Robbins.
Tim Robbins, great actor.
War of the Worlds is check that shit out because it's a cool movie.
Humans being turned to dust
and being harvested,
as they should. No, I'm kidding. That's mean.
Future Doug, cut that
out. Darcy, that was an excellent review. War of the Worlds. We will all check out that film.
Have you guys watched the WandaVision on Disney Plus?
No, but I want to.
That shit is so fucking good. That's the only thing I'm gonna say. It is so good. I'm hooked. Like, holy shit! This shit gets getting gooder, better and better every week.
Have you guys watched The Mandalorian?
Yeah, I watched there's only 2 seasons, right? Yeah.
No, there was
I'm so fucking behind on that. It's not funny.
That's a good show.
That show is fucking awesome.
It is. I'm just so behind on that show. It's not funny, but we're going to have it like a year or two before the next season come out.
What is this? A goddamn Disney commercial?
That chick from the fucking Mandalorian got kicked off.
Yeah, she got fired.
Gina
From all Star Wars projects.
Yeah, she's gonna be a nobody now. She'll have to go back to the UFC.
Still star in films, but just not Star Wars.
No one's gonna hire her now.
Nah, they're called pornos.
Yeah, that's what she'll be doing.
They might hire her because it wasn't like totally that bad. It's just Disney, right? Disney's like, well, we can't have you. Get the fuck out of here.
You don't think anyone in the past? Do you even think the Nazis were wrong at this point because they were in the past? Like
the Nazis were fuck those bastards.
Well, but I mean, everything that comes out of your mouth is like, well, it happened 10 years ago. You can't feel bad about
statute of limitations.
Racism is.
No. There's difference. You don't like. Trying to say this. The Nazis are fucking war criminals. They are mass murderers.
Yes.
Yep. Anyone that was involved with the Nazis need to be lined up against the wall.
Pop, pop, pop.
Pop, pop, pop. Exactly.
Hey, you want to know who has some of the highest kills fucking in the world? Is the Catholics. Just in the Holy War, they killed more people than like any of the wars like we've ever experienced. They fucking murdered everyone.
I think they probed a lot of people too. I think they ate a lot of people.
Well, the Catholics, the Romans,
Brett murdered people too last night.
All in the name of God.
I did no such thing.
I guess God's kind of a prick. Maybe I don't know. Like,
we should do a fucking episode just on fucking God and the Bible and shit.
Why don't you just go kill all these people?
I think a lot of the messages in Bible and religion and all that kind of stuff, their intentions are good. and they were for a time when people kind of needed some sort of guidance to follow, but those times might have passed.
Yeah, once money got involved, then it turns into money.
And also, I do believe, back to our alien episode, which we are currently on.
Yes.
I think some of that stuff that pops up in Bibles and some of the religious stuff is very closely tied to some of the alien stuff that could have been happening.
100%. 100% Jesus was an alien.
That would make a lot of sense. Just saying.
Well, he was the son of God, but God's an alien, so
God has to be an alien by definition.
God is whoever God pumped him full of alien sperm.
One of my favorite theories is that there's a God, but it's like a simulation.
Yeah.
What about the idea that we are aliens? Like that we are unnatural, we are placed here.
Yeah. Oh, I believe we were like a fucking shared DNA.
Most humans, their blood gets traced back to a fucking monkey, right? But there's like certain amount of people have a blood type that's not traced back to nowhere.
Really?
Yeah. R negative, I think is. So there's this like there's no trace back. It doesn't go anywhere to anything. And there's just like, where did they say there's like in some countries there's like a bunch of people that have it, but still like when it comes down to population wise, it's like the smallest percentage of people have that.
Still very weird. Mulllins
could be an alien DNA, could be fucking from Mars or something.
I think we're gonna get Mulllins to get a blood test for next week's episode.
No.
How much does it cost, Mulllins, out of the States to get a blood test?
I don't know.
I bet
you do, Mulllins.
If it's not too expensive,
No, actually, I do not.
I'll pay for it.
Like $15.
You just had one. You just a couple episodes ago.
I did not.
Your name that you were not the father. Don't you remember?
And you're on drugs.
Yeah, and you also did the test, and you're not the father. Congratulations.
Well, I think we're aliens, and I think the aliens are us in the future.
Just like how different we are from any other species on this planet. You know what I mean? The idea that we are placed here. We're not from here.
I think there's like theories where it's like, there's so much, right?
Well,
like,
what's it called?
The Anunnaki came here and bred us, made us fucking slaves to mine them gold. They're from Nibiru. Yeah. It's a planet that flies by here every fucking 300,000 years or something like that. They came down here. They genetically altered us, like from, I don't know if it's from monkeys or if they like, because one of the kings or one of the dudes, one of the brothers, I don't know the whole story, came down here and started fucking monkeys or something. I can't remember. And it's splicing. It's all the splicing in the genes, right?
Oh, so now we're getting into like Scientology and shit, eh?
I don't know. I don't
Scientology. Scientology is aliens from a fucking volcano. Their spirits went into a volcano.
Doug's talking about fucking monkeys. And like, if we're talking about back in the day Star Trek episodes, I'm not a big Trekkie. I have the shirt right now, but I'm not a big Trekkie. But everyone's seen a few episodes where old fucking Captain James T. Kirk starts banging some fucking blue bitch or some shit.
Yeah.
Is that not the case? If you went to some planet, you're an alien or wherever, whatever you are, you're going to try a little fucking kinky shit with, whatever you find. It's a very natural thing.
I probably would. I probably would for sure.
Well, I mean, it would be a once in a lifetime opportunity to land on Quasar 57 in the Qualom galaxy. Some blue alien is like, well, hey, I'd like the cut of your jib. Probably be hard to be like, well, no, you know.
Yeah, right. It kind of reminds me almost of the time when Mullins fucked that toaster first time he saw it.
Who could forget?
Got zolted.
Zolt?
My dick just got zolted, bro.
By God.
How long have we been doing this for?
Oh, it's got to be 2 hours long at least.
Could be almost done. This guy's dead. Fucking.
Yeah, Mullins died.
There you go.
Future Doug. Oh no, Mullins died.
Mullins is dead. What are we gonna do for next episode?
Okay, so that's it. We've kind of laid it all out for you. Do you admit? Have we swayed you? There are aliens out there, right?
I don't know. It's possible. Who knows?
There you go. That's all we needed from you, pal.
Yeah, that's all we needed.
It's possible. This, I think, will probably end up being a recurring theme every time we don't have a topic. Well, we're going to have lots of topics, but I mean, regularly we're going to check in on this, updates on aliens, new videos, interviews with people, perhaps.
We could once we can go out, we can start interview. We'll just walk up to random people, but like, what's your thoughts on aliens and anal probes?
I'm gonna interview this guy in Ohio. I know.
We're hoping to hear back from Norm. I forgot it's 3 a.m. where Mullins is at right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's when the aliens come out, Mullins.
Can you?
I hope you had a happy birthday there, sir, and I hope we made you believe. Just a little more. Just a little more.
Happy
28. Nuts, man.
If you know what's gonna happen, he's gonna have dreams tonight about UFOs and shit, because it's like the last, sometimes the last thing that you think about before you go to bed.
Good night, everyone. And in the stylings of Rick Sanchez, peace among worlds.
May the force be with you.
Mullins is gonna get fucking probed tonight for sure.
Whatever.
ViLLe